Okay, so I want to use this video to transition into how and why um, you'd want to search for a book at Crandall Gym. So this is a picture of what Crandall Gym looks like now. There isn't really any study space in it. It's pretty much bookshelves and a get help consultation point for architect or for library research questions or GIS help questions. Um, so for this assignment, you'll be asked to research art movements, paintings, and on the left of the ARC 131 research help page, I have listed a few art resources. Art Store is one of them. Art and Architecture Complete is another. And those are tools where you may want to look up your paintings or look up at least information on the art movements that you're researching. Art Store is more of an image database uh, brought where official sites that own the copyright to images, such as museums, put their images. If you have to resort to like Wikipedia or a Google image search to find images of your paintings, maybe well, what I suggest is that you find the copy of the image that comes from the museum that owns the painting itself. It's most likely a museum. Or if you go to Wikipedia, use the sources at the citations, the cited linked sources at the bottom of the page, because those are going to be more credible than the Wikipedia page itself. Um, but again, you have Art Store and Art and Architecture Complete for additional art, digital based art research. But there is a question in your assignment where you're asked to comment or on how did the artists or movements approach to abstraction influence architecture. And because you're also required of your three sources to have one of them be a physical print-based resource, my recommendation is that you draw that resource to sync up with that question based on our architecture collection at Crandall Gym. So why do we only have architecture books at Crandall Gym when it serves the entirety of Cal Poly? Well, it turns out statistically, our architecture collection, even in the main Kennedy Library, is by far the most heavily used print-based collection of our books. So when our administration was deciding what can we afford, what do we need to consolidate in our temporary space that is big but much smaller than the main Kennedy Library, they decided to just basically make it the architecture collection. So instead of this entire world of human knowledge coded by the Library of Congress with an A to Z system and with subclasses where N is the art section of the N is the code for the art books, and architecture traditionally being a subset of the arts, um, is coded with the letters NA. So all the architecture books or the books that are mainly about architecture have an address in the library of that starts with the letters NA. So instead of this entire collection, that's all that's there. So you'll see there's no art books in Kennedy Library and they aren't immediately accessible. If you do get the option to request them to a retrieval locker, which our lockers are near Dexter Lawn by the subway, where you can go pick up the books. The problem is it's going to take us at least a couple days to get them there for you, and that's probably not enough time for within the parameters of the assignment. Excuse me. So the architecture books are what are the books that are immediately browsable. And within architecture, there's this whole range of topics. For example, the ARC NA 9000 is code. So if you see at the bottom of this page, 9000, Um, those are the city and regional planning area of the architecture books. So here's what that snapshot looks like. Okay, so because we have so many of you trying to access a small subset of books, we're going to ask you to show some courtesy to your fellow students. So I'm going to skip by these slides. Excuse me. It's that COVID cough. Please do not reshelve books yourself. So if you pull a book off the shelf, just leave it on top of the shelf near where you found it. We can't afford to have books reshelved because then they're hard for everybody to find, including staff. So if you have any uncertainty about where a book goes, just put it back on top of the shelf near where you found it. And that way it's out there for future studios later in the day to still be able to view and access it. And similarly, please don't check out a book that serves the assignment because someone else might need it. Someone later someone else in your class, someone later in the day. Just again, leave it on top of the shelf where you found it. That should be close enough for them to be able to get back to it. And then it's accessible for the rest of the day. If you do find a book that you're interested in that has nothing to do with the assignment, then yes, go ahead. I encourage you to check that book out. You just take it to the front checkout desk with your poly card and you can take it home for 6 weeks. All right. And finally, there is a research help desk staffed by trained student assistants in Crandall Gym. It's on, once you enter, it's on the left. And those go to those students if you need help today. I apologize that I can't be there because I would be if I was able. They they'll be able to help you navigate either the digital tools or the physical books as well. And of course, we have a chat widget in the lower right-hand corner of all our web pages for you to ask chat help questions. And if you ask those questions during business hours, those are going to go to our student assistant helpers that can give you help. And with that, I wish you the best with the assignment. Again, I'm sorry that I'm missing you, and I hope that this is an enjoyable process for you, and that it's a good introduction to our resources for your future time here at Cal Poly. Thanks, everybody.